Hey guys, this is the Revolving Battle Fox here, and I wanted to make a video talking about work. More in particular for those people who live in the United States and who work either like blue collar jobs or they're working class or whatnot, and you want to go to multiple cons a year, to the Con-Goers, which to me at least 3 big cons a year or 2 big cons a year or more. I just want to throw out there some recommendations about working third shift, and why that might be beneficial to you if you are a multi-con-goer, if you like to go to multiple anime or video game conventions or whatnot, and just how or why you might want to consider working third shift if that's something you are willing to do. And again, this is I'm really talking to people who live in the United States, who work more blue collar type jobs or working class. I'm mostly applying this to people who work your type of manufacturing plant jobs, maybe even retail, or I don't know, in the food industry, waitressing or whatnot. But you get my picture. And this doesn't apply to everyone because everyone's circumstance is different. But I do just want to touch on at least 3 reasons why, if this is something you want for your life, to be able to go to multiple cons a year, if you're big into that, like I'm trying to get big into, why third shift might be a good idea. So the first thing I want to talk about is, actually don't have this planned, but we'll hit on money first. So typically when you work second or third shift, in a lot of cases, you tend to get shift differentials, which, if you don't know what that is, or even if I'm pronouncing that right, shift differential is when they give you more money for working the night shift. Why? Because not as many people want to work night shifts. I know in my experience, you tend to find a lot of younger people working night shifts, but for the most part, night shift isn't as desirable as first shift. And I can speak from experience on this because when I was looking for a plant job, I wanted first shift. Now, my situation is I didn't drive, and the lady who recommended me to go to this job was going to agree to take me, so that was going to work in my favor. But even then, I still wanted like a day shift job. And the only thing they had available at this particular plant was night shift. So I figured whatever, I get my foot in the door. And I'll make a little bit more money. Awesome. As I found that out down the line, that the shift differential could be like an extra, $50 to $70 a week, depending on what the pay is. And that has definitely, in a way, kind of helped me. And now it's kind of hard to imagine going back to a first shift life. I would if I have to. And probably in my case, it will be more desirable because since I don't drive, I have to get rides back and forth from work, and that could be expensive. Actually, not even that is expensive for me. So, but if I found a job in my area that pays the same, and I have the same benefits and stuff going straight in, which is unlikely. And I could take the bus there and back doing the more or less the same amount or type of work, then I would go for that. But for right now, I am comfortable working the night shift and the shift differentials going towards transportation and whatnot. But that's just my circumstance. You might have a car. You might be blessed to get free rides with the person back and forth. You might be able to walk there. You might be blessed to have transportation that you can take at night, like public transportation, because I sure don't. I wish I did. But that could be something you want to consider, at least going to night shift for. Sorry if I'm moving around. It's like I got my foot in a certain position because if I move my webcam too much, it'll cut off and I really don't want to start this video over. So, trying to adjust my foot. If you see me wiggling around a lot. So yeah, if you're not in a situation where night shift will just eat up all of your fees. Sorry, my nephew just sent me a PlayStation invite. Sorry. We will be back in one moment. Hey Zach, how you doing? I see you got a lot of people in your party. I'm recording a YouTube video right now, so let me get back to you in about 4 minutes. You'll probably hear me in the background, and yes, this will be included in the video, so sorry, bro. Alright, I'll see you in a moment. That's my nephew, yeah. But, darn. If you hear them in the background, my apologies. I'll see if I can try to turn it down. Alright, so where was I? I might just have to mute them. But darn, where was I? Yeah, so money, shift differentials, really sorry about that. So that, if you're in a position, it's getting dark outside, but if you're in a position where working night shift won't eat up a lot of your shift differential, then that's something you might want to consider. And if you're saying, well, that's not enough for me, I totally understand, I'll get into point 2. If the shift differentials don't work for you, and that is the amount of stress. So when you are working during the day, it typically tends to get more busy. It tends to be more busy during the day, during the day than at night. I know in a lot of places during the day you have a lot of managers and higher ups. They're walking around, and you know that can be kind of stressful, and the workloads could be a bit much if you're in retail and whatnot, or if you work with kids. Like, I used to work at a bungee place, and when I worked during the day, the amount of kids I get would skyrocket compared to the night. So yeah, more people are busier during the day, so you tend to get more things you have to do. Your workload could be a lot more than in third shift. Whereas third shift, which I've worked with kids on around third shift too, they tend to be more laid back. This is the same bungee place. So I used to work first and third. Third was way more laid back. I didn't get a shift differential in that case, but that's neither here nor there. Because, you know, at the end of the day, well, a lot of kids are at home with their parents and whatnot. And it's the same with my plant job, or similar. So I don't have as many, I guess, higher ups or whatnot on the job. And, you know, I work with a lot of young people. Like on the job that I am now, it's a little bit more laid back. And, you know, you ask me, well, Revolver, why is that such a big thing? Well, because peace of mind, basically. You have more, I guess, daydream time to kind of configure and, you know, try to figure out, okay, what cons do you want to go to? How are you going to budget for these cons? And when you got less people around, because more people are taking the first shifts without the shift differentials, by the way, you got more time to yourself to think. Like, this is valuable to me. Like, whenever I'm at my job, help keep my mind focused on things I like and whatnot, and keep me moving forward. Because this, like, going to multiple cons, that's like something I like to do with my life. If not for the long haul, but definitely something for a while. Because, you know, cosplay is life to me. Well, actually, God is life, but hobby-wise, I love the cosplay and stuff, and that is something I do want to do with my life. Not as a career, but just as a hobby. You know, people got their hobbies. I don't know, watching TV, sleeping, or whatever. I like to go to cons and cosplay and travel. And try the new foods there. But that's another video for another day. So this working third shift, it gives me more time to myself to think while I'm working. Like, okay, what cons do I want to go to? What cons are people talking about that maybe I should look into? Oh boy, I have 6 or 7 cons I want to go to next year. How am I going to budget? It gives me the time to think about that. And it may give you the time to think about it as well, because you get more time to yourself. So that's a big one for me, because we only get so much time in a day. So if I can kind of plan a budget, plan how I want to execute this plan or whatnot, or where I want to go, stuff like that, you get the picture. It gives me a little bit more free time on third shift to do that. And the final thing, which is probably the most important thing, the thing that makes me say I want to stay on a third shift job, is the competition. Now, what are you talking about? Well, if you're just a casual con-goer or one of those types, you're not really a high roller, so to speak. And don't get me wrong, I don't really consider myself a snooty high roller. But if you're one of those types of people who go to the con and you say, I want to get the best hotel, which is usually like the closest hotel or the hotel that's at the convention. I'm not a connoisseur on every type of con in the United States of America, but there are some conventions, Anime Expo in particular, where the VIP passes or the premier passes will go on sale, and they will literally sell out within minutes, maybe even seconds. I think San Diego Comic Con is like that. Anime Expo's like that. Anime Weekend Atlanta Hotel, the Waverly, that sells out in minutes. And usually it sells out during the day. Like, let's just say it might drop at 12 o'clock or 9 o'clock in California time. I live in South Carolina, so this is kind of translated to my time. The other week, Anime Expo dropped their VIP, their premier badge passes, and the early bird tickets for sale at 3 o'clock my time. And even though I was already off that Friday, because right now my schedule allows for it and I don't really work on Fridays, and because I'm on third shift and work the night shifts, I had time to get my premier badge. That is something I would not have been able to do if I was working a first shift job, or maybe even a second shift job in that case. I guess you could say, yeah, you could go and take an early break or use your phone and get the app. Okay, I'm not the most technologically savvy. The last time I tried to score a premier badge with my phone, it was on the way to the airport, and that did not work. Everyone got theirs before somehow. And with Anime Expo this year, I'm just going to touch on that for a minute, they raised the stakes. Because they said, okay, we are only going to, we're going to release all of our VIP badges. No VIP, no premier badges, no tickets at all. No early bird tickets or a special discount ticket will be on sale for Black Friday. So for me, unless I wanted to buy them secondhand from someone else, which I absolutely did not want to do, it was going to be a one shot. If I did not get the VIP badge, the premier badge, I would not have been going to Anime Expo, because I'm not going to travel all the way from South Carolina down to California with over 110,000 people and wait in the long lines for a chance to get into something. The competition is high when it comes to premier badge holders. So I'm not trying to fight with the general public. It's not that I think that I'm better than anyone else, but if I'm going to invest my time and my resources, man, it's getting dark outside. I better hurry this up. But if I'm going to invest my time and my resources into something, I want it to be worth my time to do. Getting out there and competing with those hundreds and thousands of people, to go to like what, a My Hero Academia screening or whatnot. I'm sorry, but that's just not going to be worth my time if I have to stand in a regular line, and then, you know, especially if that's one of the only things I want to do. So yeah, sorry I went off on a tangent there, but it's not just Anime Expo. It could be anything. What was it say, like with the Waverly at the Anime Weekend Atlanta? There we go. Yeah, I just turned on I brightened the screen on my PlayStation. My PlayStation has like a Crash Bandicoot theme that's in the snow. So that should help for at least a few more minutes, because it was getting dark on the camera. I didn't like that. Maybe I should have turned on the light, but oh well, I'm almost done. I'm pretty sure this is my last point. So yeah, with my first experience, mind you, trying to get the hotel at the Waverly for Anime Week in Atlanta, that sold out in minutes. And I had my persona ready, you know. I was ready to fight in there and get it, but, you know, if I wasn't going to go if I didn't get that host hotel, because for me, I like host hotels. The host hotels are a new thing for me compared to going to Anime Expo and whatnot. So it's just like, anytime I could get one, great. That usually tips the scale in my favor, or actually, it helps me decide whether or not I want to go to a con or not. So, yeah, I kind of went off on a tangent, but it's still within what I wanted to talk about, and it makes perfect sense. Basically, if you're working third shift, and the hotels drop at noon or whatever, or during the day, you have a chance to get it. Like, if I was working day shift, I kid you not, I would not come in that day if I can help it. I'd come in late after I get the tickets or whatnot, because for me, I have to be on a computer to do it, because I'm not technologically savvy on the phone. But yeah, it is what it is. I would take a personal day or a vacation day to do that. But that's just me. That's how hardcore I like to get into this con life. Because, you know, that's what it's all about for me, other than God. But, so you get the picture there. The con life, the heck? I don't know. They're sending Fortnite invites, I guess, to me. But, looking at my PlayStation. But yeah, if you're working third shift, you're not going to have to deal with that. Because, you know, if you just stay up until the tickets drop, or the best hotels drop, you're not going to have to worry about taking off or getting an early break. And in some places, they're strict. It'll be like you don't get an early break. Or if you have to do this, you have to clock out, go home, or clock back in. I don't know how every job works, but some jobs, you might be lucky and they might let you have an early break and do that or whatnot. Other jobs, not so much. And I'm guessing for a lot of working class people doing blue collar jobs or labor jobs, it's going to be the latter. Like, sorry, your break is your break. Go home if you got to do something. But, yeah. That's probably my main reason why I'd like to stay on third shift. And you might be saying, well, Revolver, that's ridiculous. You know, you're working with almost 360 something days, and you will change your lifestyle just for a day or two. Yes, I will, because, you know, I people tell me I do extra, and that's extra. Sometimes when I'm into something, I will go to the extreme. And, you know, I didn't get into third shift with that mentality. I got into third shift thinking, okay, my mom's died, and I have to, and I don't mean that in a disrespectful way to my mom. I love my mom, but she was taking care of me. I was extremely sheltered, but it's like, okay, she's passed away. It's time to take care of myself. I need a real job, because the little part-time job I have wasn't paying for hardly anything other than a cell phone bill. So third shift was available. So, you know, that's the mentality I came into. Okay, you have to grow up, be an adult, and get a job, and, you know, adult. So But you know, being the third shift, it just had that added bonus. I will say I do miss my mom dearly, but you know, I get a little bit emotional thinking about it, or thinking about her, because I loved her a lot, and she's been, you could hear her in some of my older videos. So anyways, we'll move on from that. You get the picture. So basically, if you plan on going to multiple bigger cons in a year, here are the 3 reasons why you should, just to recap, should consider working third shift if it's in your power to do and you're willing to do it. So 1, the shift differential. You get more money, and of course more money means you could put it into more convention time, or more cons and stuff, more souvenirs or whatnot. Closer hotels, better hotels, whatever you want to do. A good night out to eat, or Uber Eats, or whatever you want to do. So 1, you got your shift differential, which means extra money. 2, what the heck was 2? Wow, I just like had a brain moment. Anyways, we'll just go ahead and skip to 3, which I guess will be my 2. So, oh wait, never mind, I remember. So, alright, 1 is a shift differential for the extra money. 2 is you'll likely have less stress, so you have more time to think and plan and execute a budget and the cons you want to go to and whatnot, your cosplays, stuff like that. Where you want to go, how much you want to spend, how much are you going to put aside each paycheck to do it. Alright, how are you going to look for roommates, stuff like that. And I do want to make a video on roommates in the future, maybe tomorrow. So that's 2. More time to yourself to think and to execute a plan and a budget. And last but not least, my most important one, 3, is you can put yourself in a competition to get the VIP tickets that you want and or the hotel that you want when they drop during the day usually. And if you guys go to any cons, just throwing this out there, if you guys go to any conventions where the hotels will drop at night when the sun is down, or like way early in the morning, like at 3 or 4 in the morning, let me know. I'm kind of curious about that. But to my experience, they usually drop when the sun is out. So yeah, you got 3. You have a I guess a better chance to get the VIP ticket and the hotel or the hotel that you want. So that's gonna be all. I'm gonna go see what my nephew wanted. So yeah, let me know what you guys think. If you guys work third shift for similar reasons or other reasons, let me know. I'm curious. If you thought about working third shift for some of these reasons, let me know. Or yeah, let's have a discussion about this. But in the meantime, if you happen to like this video, or you're a fan of video games or drink tests, taste tests, stuff like that, feel free to check out the rest of my channel. And if you feel so gracious enough to want to help donate to my Gofundme to help pay for my ticket for Anime Weekend Atlanta, then I will leave a link in the description below. Or if you want to help me in other ways, you can check out my eBay store. If you see anything on there that's of interest to you, let me know through a message. Tell me you saw this video, and I'll give you a discount on that. But until then, just be sure to like, comment, share, subscribe, do what you gotta do, and I will see you all in the next video. Alright guys, talk to you later. Bye. About to turn some light on.